At the edge of the world, where wind carves silence into ice and time itself seems frozen, lies a continent most will never see. Antarctica, vast, white, forbidding, holds stories older than humanity, secrets etched into stone beneath a kingdom of cold. And in 2025, as nations turn their gaze southward once more, those secrets feel closer than ever. It begins with an emptiness so immense it defies imagination. A land twice the size of Australia, wrapped in a shroud of ice more than a mile thick. For centuries, it was a blank spot on our maps, a mythic place whispered about by ancient philosophers who believed in a southern continent to balance the world. They called it Terra Australis Incognita, the unknown southern land. But when explorers first cut their way through freezing seas in the early 19th century, they found no green world, no lost civilization, no paradise, only ice, endless ice, a fortress of cold sealed tight against intrusion. And so the legend changed. If the land could not be reached, perhaps it held something we were not meant to see. By the early 20th century, Antarctica became a proving ground for human endurance. Shackleton's doomed journey, Amundsen's race to the pole men, wrapped in wool and hope, pushing across a continent that swallowed their footsteps as soon as they made them. They left behind diaries, photographs, fragments of courage. Antarctica returned only silence. Yet beneath that silence were clues. Strange rock formations protruding through the ice near the coastline, fossils that should not have existed in a desert of frost. Leaves, insects, even the petrified remains of forests. Antarctica, once a tropical land. It seemed impossible, but the rocks did not lie. It was the first whisper that this place, now desolate, had lived many lives. By the 1950s, as the world stood on the brink of nuclear bravado, Antarctica suddenly became a point of interest not for explorers, but for governments. Satellites mapped the frozen terrain. Military aircraft swept across the interior in classified missions. Something in the ice was worth looking at, or hiding from. Then came 1959 and the Antarctic Treaty, a document signed by rival nations at the height of the Cold War. It forbade military activity, banned mining, suspended territorial claims, and opened the continent only for peaceful scientific research. The treaty was unprecedented, the only place on Earth declared off-limits for ownership, a continent without a flag. But the world had little time to dwell on the mystery. Wars, revolutions, booms, collapses. The chaos of the 20th century pulled attention. Elsewhere, Antarctica, silent as always, waited. Then, in the late 20th century, a new force arrived. Science with instruments sharp enough to pierce through miles of ancient ice. Radar surveys revealed mountains buried beneath the ice sheet, lakes sealed from the sky for millions of years, vast caverns warmed by geothermal heat, structures shaped not by ice or wind, but by forces far older, tectonic plates grinding, continents drifting, climates shifting through cycles longer than civilization itself. The world had believed Antarctica was simple, frozen, predictable. But beneath the white veil was something far more dramatic, the geological memory of Earth. In the 21st century, a time defined by unprecedented data and global tension, Antarctica transformed from an afterthought into a symbol, a place where the past and the future converge. Nations built new research outposts. Teams drilled deeper than ever before. Satellites traced cracks spreading across the ice like fractured glass. The continent was changing, and with each shift, it revealed another piece of its buried history. In 2025, humanity stands in a strange relationship with this forbidden continent we know more than ever before, and yet far less than we hoped. We see Antarctica melting from the edges. We map glaciers that move like slow, icy rivers. But the deeper truths remain guarded in frozen stone. consider the fossils found along the Transantarctic mountains. Fragments of colossal trees, their rings marking summers of endless light. Traces of dinosaurs that once walked where blizzards now reign. Evidence that Antarctica was not a land of death, but a thriving world, a chapter in Earth's history erased by time and tectonics, or the ancient lake buried beneath 3 kilometers of ice. Lake Vostok, a world sealed away for perhaps 15 million years, older than the first humans to stand upright. When scientists finally drilled through the ice and retrieved samples, they found microorganisms untouched by the surface world. Life that evolved in isolation, adapting to extremes we once thought impossible. A reminder that even the harshest landscapes are never truly empty. And then there are the magnetic anomalies, strange distortions in Earth's magnetic field deep beneath the ice. Some are simply geological scars. Others remain unexplained. Signals from the planet's earliest epochs. Remnants of violent collisions, volcanic upheavals, and ancient supercontinents torn apart. Antarctica is a library of stone and ice, but its books are locked beneath glacial pages. Still, humans are persistent storytellers. We imagine answers. We search for patterns. Some claim Antarctica holds the last untouched clues to the origins of civilization. Others believe the continent conceals forgotten structures, meteor impacts, or remnants of long-lost worlds. But the truth, when stripped of myth, is already fascinating enough. Antarctica does hold the true history of Earth, but not in the way legends suggest. It preserves the memory of shifting continents, the rise and fall of climates, the expansion of life from warmth to ice. It is a reminder that the Earth we know is not permanent. It changes. It transforms. It forgets and remembers in cycles far older than our species. And now, as climate warms and ice retreats, those ancient memories rise again. Across the Antarctic Peninsula, layers of sediment unseen for millions of years thaw into the light. Traces of ancient ecosystems emerge like ghosts from the past in other regions. Massive ice shelves crack and calve into the sea, revealing bedrock untouched since before the first cities rose in Mesopotamia. Each collapse is both a warning and a revelation. For scientists, Antarctica is not just a frontier. It is a time machine. Every core sample, every seismic reading, every radar scan is a glimpse into epochs that shaped the modern world. The continent's silence is not refusal. It is patience. But patience runs thin as the ice melts. In 2025, nations discuss the future of the Antarctic Treaty. Some whisper of resources locked beneath the ice: minerals, metals, potential energy reserves. Others argue for strict preservation. The debate is global, but the continent remains indifferent. It has survived asteroid impacts, volcanic winters, supercontinent breakups. It will survive us too. Still, the question remains: what do we hope to find there? Answers to our deepest scientific questions? Evidence of ancient life? Geological keys to Earth's past? Or something more philosophical? A reminder of how small we are against the vastness of time. Perhaps the greatest truth Antarctica offers is humility. A place where human ambition shrinks before landscapes sculpted by millions of years. A land that resists conquest, resists ownership, resists even comprehension. In a world increasingly driven by speed and noise, Antarctica forces us to confront stillness. Yet that stillness is deceptive. Beneath the ice, rivers of meltwater surge in the dark. Volcanoes slumber beneath kilometers of frost. Pressure builds. Cracks spread. The continent moves in slow, deliberate rhythms that echo the deep pulse of the planet itself. To understand Antarctica is to understand Earth. Every storm that sweeps across its surface shapes the climate of distant continents. Every shift in its ice mass influences global seas. Every ancient secret it reveals rewrites a chapter of our history. It is not a forbidden continent, but a hidden one, waiting for us to learn its language. Antarctica's story is not about lost civilizations or forbidden knowledge. It is about the raw, unfiltered history of the planet A, history written in ice layers like chapters in a book, each one containing fragments of past atmospheres, extinct ecosystems, and long-forgotten climates. For historians, Antarctica offers perspective. A reminder that human history is young, astonishingly young, compared to the age of this frozen land. Civilizations rise and fall within the blink of geological time. Empires crumble, borders shift. Yet Antarctica endures unchanged for millennia. For scientists, the continent is a puzzle with global implications. Its ice records hold clues about the last glacial cycles, about sudden climate shifts, about extinction events. The secrets beneath its surface offer insights into how life persists against impossible odds. And for humanity at large, Antarctica represents something increasingly rare, a place untouched by ordinary life, unclaimed by any nation, governed by cooperation rather than conflict. Its story invites reflection. What does it mean to explore without conquering, to study without extracting, to preserve without claiming ownership? As the world grows warmer, Antarctica's history becomes more relevant. Its melting ice reshapes coastlines, its ancient carbon stores threaten release. Its ecosystems face profound change. In its transformation, we see both the fragility and resilience of our planet. In the end, Antarctica is both a mirror and a monument, a mirror reflecting the choices we make in the present, a monument to Earth's ancient history, untouched by the noise of civilization. And in 2025, as the ice shifts and secrets surface, the forbidden continent reminds us that truth is not hidden by conspiracy, but by time itself. Beneath the ice lies the memory of worlds long gone. And as we uncover them, carefully, slowly, responsibly, we discover not a lost civilization, but the deeper story of our own. If you enjoyed this journey into the frozen past, join us next time as we explore another frontier, where history, science, and mystery converge. Subscribe for more stories that push beyond the edges of the known world.